Yeah, okay. So I messed up. Real life sometimes stuff messes up. Anyway, I sorted all a whole bunch of records into groups here, and this is what's left over for the day, kind of deal. But I had 9 group listings here. I got 4 left. I got those 9 in boxes or at 9, not 9. I got 6 groups in the boxes here, and then I got 4 left over to list tomorrow. I'm gonna throw some more stuff in here for tomorrow. But yeah, that's all I did today with some records. And like I'm saying, I messed up the video, or something messed up in the video and it didn't upload, or it got corrupted, or something screwed up. So that didn't happen. I shot the video before, then I started listing as the video uploads, and yeah, something happened with the video. So that didn't happen. Anyway, it was records, and what records I had or that are up today. I was going to list today, and they're up right now. Are some, what are they? It was Elvis records, some Elvis 45, some country, some rockabilly, uh, and yeah, a whole bunch more country and a whole bunch more rockabilly. And yeah, just you know, got them all in boxes right now. This is how I box my stuff. And then here, when I'm shipping something, these are all media because they're going media mail. So I actually write media on there, and that way I know it's media mail. Because otherwise, I'll just ship that out normally, and it'll be all media mail's free shipping. So it's got to go media. Otherwise, this is a normal one. So 6, 6, and 2, 6, 6, 6. The box, that's box dimensions, and that's the thing. And then so yeah, so there's my order number, or the number, so I know how to find it, kind of deal. And then I got my dimensions here, and then I got the weight, and then that's for media, and then this is not media. So that's how I do that. But and I only do media on very few items, like really crazy items that almost demand free shipping. I do media on. I don't do it on magazines. I don't do it on because magazines have advertising. Some books I don't even do it on it, because some books I think it's like over 2 pounds. It doesn't make sense to use media because they have to wait like 8 days, and for media, up to 8 days for media, and then versus like 3 for a normal package, and the difference is probably $1 or less than $1 if you're over 2 pounds. So with books that are over that, I don't even mess around with it. I just ship it as a normal package, and it is usually within $1 or $2, and they get it like 3 to 5 days faster. So I just do that, and that's included. And then those are actually, they pay for the shipping on that too. But the only ones I actually do use media mail on a frequent basis is records, and I try not to sell records because it's a lot of work for, let's say, $20, even when you lot them up. And but I had a whole bunch. I had a whole pile of records. I probably had about 60 records here. And like I'm saying, I had 9 lots, so 9 lots at $20. Yeah, it's worth it, but it's something I try not to do all the time, because even though it's worth it, it's not a huge profit for the amount of work you're putting in. And I'm competing with the guys who are totally professionals and all that, and I don't know, it's a hard game. So I try not to do it, but anyway, that's what went up. Kind of deal today was a whole bunch of rockabilly, some Elvis, some and a little bit of country went up too, and those are all up and such. And this is what's going tomorrow, because like I'm saying, I messed up the video. So tomorrow I'll throw these in, kick these out, and then I'll throw some other stuff in after these. No idea what it is. I just pretty much go out to the pile at this point, piles at this point, and hey, this would be cool to list. That's what this was. It was the remainder of a pile, and one of those little boxes. I was like, cool, I'll list those, because I spotted the Elvis and the other stuff. I honestly, a couple of these should have been tossed. But it's a matter of, is it worth listing? Well, it's $20. I guess it's worth listing. My floor is 15. If it's not worth 15 and I can't group it and make something over 15, yeah, there you go. So that's why they're in groups, because like a record a piece, it's honestly, they're like, it might say they might be listed for like $10 on eBay or whatever a piece, but realistically they sell for like $5. So at $5 plus shipping plus boxing and all that, it's not worth me doing. But if you put them in groups, you can kick that up to $20, maybe $15 after discount, and then 4 of them for that price. It's actually worth doing, and it's not a ton more weight either. But yeah, it's one of those deals where I try not to do records because it's a huge amount of labor, and there are shortcuts. I could set this up so that I could pretty much put the thing on a belt and have it go through and have it flip the thing and put the cover on a belt, put the record on a belt, have it go through like a pizza, like a pizza thing where you put it on the belt and the thing goes through. Have it go through, have it take a picture here, have it take a picture of the underside. Same thing with the record. Picture of this, picture of the underside, and then it comes to the other end and you pack it. And it brought probably faster than what I actually said there. And, boom, 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 goes on the PC, AI writes the listing, and it packs it, or, and then you would have to pack it at that point. And, maybe someday we'll actually get to where a machine packs it, and that's what you're competing with. So I don't even try to play around with records, but I had them, I listed them. I'm kind of breaking my own rule doing it. It's like I'm saying, I try not to do records, but I got some Elvis. That's kind of cool, and that brings a little bit of traffic to the store also. So yeah, the Elvis is up. The a good amount of country is up, and some rockabilly's up, and like that's all from the 50s. All this is from the 50s, early 60s, and that's part of it too. It's all old stuff. So, and how I do it, I use AI, and by using AI, I can have all the information come up. So I'll have all this information come up without me typing it, which is a huge deal because people will they won't just look for the artist, but they'll look for this number here right too, or they'll look for where the heck is it? Oh, you hit it over there. Usually it's in the corner, but that one's right there. They'll look for that number. Usually that's in the corner of the thing. Glenn, you're not doing me here. Yeah, there you go. Here's an RCA camera with some writing, a ton of writing on it. But yeah, it's usually over there kind of deal, and but that's what they're looking for. So when they're searching for something, they'll be looking for this number, and it's not universal. Each record label has their own system or had their own system set up. So it was, this is RCA Camden, or I'm probably saying it wrong. But yeah, see their record is CAE 303. You got RCA, who actually, they changed it depending on the color of the record. There's like 12 different colors, in different styles and all that. But, there you go, 407. And then under that, you have the F, that number too. That number matters too. And so if they're looking for a record, they're probably not even looking for the artist. They're looking for this number. And AI puts all that in. So it's worth the time to go through and take a picture of the records and have the AI put all that information in. Because when they're searching, like you're not going to put that in the specifics either. They're going to be looking for that number. And that really helps you search and get the off-site hits as far as record goes. I'm not a record seller, but I just know all this. And I sold probably 200 or so records, and because these things don't have a UPC, you have to go off that number, or a lot of people know to go off that number to find the exact same record they're looking for. If it's a CD or even a tape and it has a UPC, you can pretty much just take a picture of the UPC and boom, you're done. You might even be able to use a stock photo. I don't. I use all photos. I use all my own photos. But as far as a tape or a CD or whatever, a a micro burner or whatever the heck disc, you know, you just need the UPC off that, and you're good to go. But with those older records, they actually do need that because they didn't have the UPC system. And yeah, so that's how you play around with that. That's how I played around with this. But like I'm saying, I did screw up the video, so that's why I boxed today. Get that all done. And it was a whole bunch of, this was mostly sorting. I sorted it into groups, okay? And then after I sorted it into groups, I sorted it into 9 groups, or 8 groups. Took photos of all those groups. And then had it sort those groups into 9, actually 10, piles. And, you know, based on what that would do. So I probably spent like over an hour sorting all this stuff out. And which is why I totally ran out of photos, because I had to take photos of dang near I was taking like 6 to 8 covers of each one. And then, so to sort it all out. And it does a great job at sorting everything out into groups. And telling me, you know, this is actually going to be worth this if you group it this way. So I grouped it that way, kind of deal. But, oh my God, this got long. So yeah, anyway, that's what I screwed up today, and that's what I'm listing tomorrow. Is I'll throw these ones up with some more other stuff that I'll figure it out. Probably something not even record related, you know, probably some more home decorative items, and just working through that pile. And yeah, at this point, what I'm doing is I'm working through, oh God, I think it's 829. Tell me see how long this stuff's been sitting. I'm working through 829. Then after that, I'm working through 830. And then one of my cars will be free. I won't have boxes and stuff around it. And then after that, I can actually go back to 823 off the top of my head, where I went to another auction. And that's a whole bunch of tractor parts. And come to think of it, that is also some tractor parts, some books, some tractor books, and some, what are those things? 8-track tapes, believe it or not, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And from that auction, and that one, luckily, is I bought shelving, but I didn't buy a whole bunch of actual items. So they're high dollar items, but they are, there's not a ton, versus this one and the next two. This one and the next one are just a whole bunch of items that are like, they're 20 to like $150 listings. They're all over the place though, versus that tractor auction where it's all high dollar items and it's probably only like 50 or 60 items. And after that, then I can get to the motorcycles, and then after that I can get to tearing apart 2 different cars. But we're in the next year, you know. All I want to do is get this one, and then the one behind my car cleared out, a little project, and then I can start playing around with that project. Because right now I can't even play around the project because I got inventory all around it, and I got to get all that up and off around the car. It was just, you get off the auction, you got to put it somewhere so it went in front of the car, and that's all indoors and such. You know, got to be careful with all that. But yeah, that was all indoors, and then I need to get all that out of the way so I can play around with the car again. But I can't play around with the car again until then. And yeah, so anyway, got longer than I wanted it to. That's what's going up today. A whole bunch of records similar to these ones went up today. Like I was saying, I'm done listening for the day. That's why this thing should have been out at 9 a.m. and we're closer to like 12:30 right now. And who knows how long it's going to take to upload. Hopefully this video doesn't screw up. So yeah, see you folks.